about this? No tarp on the field, and we're ready for some hardball. Rockies in Arizona after 2 postponements, set to play a doubleheader, a conventional doubleheader today. First pitch of the ball game is hit on the ground, and we have 1 out. George, it's that simple, man. Throw it over the plate, let him hit it. NCR is out.
Easy way to start a ball game, right? 1 pitch, 1 out. Good for Matzik.
There's Tyler Matzik, and stepping up will be Mark Trumbo for Arizona, and he has been a Rockies killer, as I'm sure most of you are aware. Here's the Southwest batting order for Chip Hale this afternoon. Paul Goldschmidt will bat third. He's off to another great start. A.J. Pollock's good player. Yasmani Tomas, Aaron Hill. The former Rocky, George Pacheco, Nick Ahmed at shortstop, and then Josh Comenter on the hill. That pitch misses inside, ball 1. So 1 out. Trumbo at the plate. Couple home runs, 11 driven in. He has absolutely mashed the Rockies in his career. And this is a guy that hasn't played them a ton because he was with the Angels for the first part of his career. .343 average, 9 home runs, 29 RBIs against the Rockies. 7 of those home runs, Frage, right here at Coors Field.
Well, again, this is a big power guy that can drive the ball to all fields. So you've seen that with his ability to hit the home run into right field as well as left field, and he's done a good job with it.
And this is exactly what Matzik has to avoid. These 3-0 counts, 3-1 counts, 2-0 starts. So he got the quick out against Enciarte, who's now 0 for 10 against him. And the 3-0 misses badly.
Well, as we take a look at these numbers on Tyler Matzik for the year so far, pretty impressive, quite honestly. 2-0, and earned run average is 2.70. The walk strikes, you don't like to see him even. You'd like to see about 2-1. This year he's walked 5.9 base runners per 9 innings. Last year, 3.4. Obviously, you'd like to prove or not. You'd like to flip-flop the arsenal where the fastball's used 41% of the time, but he has such confidence in his slider to throw for strikes. He's utilized that an awful lot to go along with the changeup and an occasional curveball.
When you talk about the top right-handed hitters in the game, you usually begin with Miguel Cabrera. This guy's on that list, George, near the top.
Well, there's no question, because he brings every part of the game. Average, the power, the ability to drive in runs. A very, very good hitter for a big guy out of Texas State.
Inside 1-1.
You talked to a lot of area scouts. It was funny, which I do, an awful lot, that had the state of Texas. Some of them didn't even have this guy turned in to be drafted, let alone be a big league baseball player. A lot of guys missed.
Yeah, that would be a big miss. Goldschmidt last week against the Rockies as Arizona took 2 of 3 in the desert, 9 of 14.
Over the last 14 ball games, this ball club's 4-11. The Rockies pitchers earned run average 6.77. That's got to get corrected. They've allowed 17 home runs. The opponents hit 316. The starters 3-9 with a 7.14 earned run average. So there's a lot of things that need to be fixed right now. One of that is the starting rotation to get longer and deeper into ball games.
And it's 3-1. This is something Tyler battled in his minor league career, and he's very upfront about it. And he said, you know, with traffic, I'm not trying to create traffic, but I've become more comfortable being uncomfortable. It's also a phrase that LaTroy Hawkins has used with a lot of the young pitchers and helping mentor them.
Yeah, just not panicking situations. You're in a 3-1 count, which typically is a fastball count for a hitter. But it's a good opportunity, and he has the confidence to throw the slider.
Yeah, and George, you hit the nail on the head with Tyler this year, and hitters know this. That's been a slider count for him. 2-0-3-1's been a slider count for Matzik this year.
And with power at the plate, the left side of the infield's got to play slide pull.
Well, he missed with it. It was a slider, and now he's walked 2 after getting the quick out. Just playing with fire when you do this. A.J. Pollock is coming up. Rockies defensively, Dickerson, Blackman, Cargo in the outfield. Arenado, Tulowitzki, LeMahieu, Morneau around the infield. Nick Hundley's doing the catching. Pollock, a tough man to double because he runs well. And that's inside. Adrian Johnson, in his 8th year as a big league umpire, is behind home plate. He's called a couple no-hitters. Called the second of Homer Bailey's 2 no-hitters. Jackson's no-hitter. Bill Miller, Jim Wolf, Doug Eddings, first, second, and third. Two and 0. Here comes Huntley.
And a lot of times you try to let a young pitcher settle in a little bit when you're missing. Then as a catcher, you've worked both sides. You've worked the slider, the changeup, and continue to throw. So for Walt Weiss, he becomes the coach. He's the one that goes to the mound and has that visit with the young left-hander.
Everybody's been sitting around for a few days. Obviously, the last thing Tyler wants to do is spray the ball all over the place. He's the last guy who wants to do it. But guys been sitting around. You want to get some tempo to the game. And I'm watching the infielders. They're walking around. You have a little conference on the hill. Then you come back and you're 3-0 after walking 2 guys. It's unacceptable.
Well, exactly. And I think that's the most difficult thing about it. He understands that as a pitcher. I'm not trying to throw strikes. And sometimes when you try harder, you get worse results than when you just stay smooth and relaxed.
And he's now walked it full.
Well, the hardest thing is to take that calmness and try to slow it down a little bit and slow the game down. And your mind starts to run. You try harder, as I stated earlier. And as a pitching coach, you go out, your stuff's great. You're 94, 95. Your slider's got sharp break to it. Let's put it over the plate, get a double play, get in the dugout, and get out of here. You need positive reinforcement right now. More than you need for somebody to come out and say, what are you doing? Well, I know what I'm doing, and I don't like it either. It's more of that positive pump that you can give to a player.
So the bases are loaded, and now Yasmani Tomas comes up. Tomas has been a guy that has actually gone to right field quite a bit. And I say that with some surprise in my voice. He's a big, strong guy that was signed for a lot of money, close to $70 million out of Cuba, to hit the ball over the wall. And that misses badly. It's 1-0.
Diamondbacks as a ball club 6 for 15 this year with the bases loaded. Tomas is 1 for 2. I think everybody expected him to be like Abreu in Chicago, that he would hit a number of, and I say this, a number of home runs for their ball club, a strike call.
So 1-1 on Tomas. Despite the 3 walks, get a ground ball, you could very likely get out of it. Tomas does not run well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of speed anyway right now on the base pass. I mean, it's an opportunity to do that. Goldschmidt has a little speed at second. Excuse me.
One and two.
And it can work to your advantage when you're not throwing the ball over the plate. A lot of times hitters become a take mode and they're going to get into a situation, right, I want middle half in or I'm not swinging. Put the good fastball in the outside corner for a strike. 17 pitches, 13 balls in this game so far.
Strike 3. He never moved the bat. Mark Grace, the assistant hitting coach for the, and Alonzo Powell, the head hitting coach for the Diamondbacks, are going to ask him exactly what he was looking for. That was right down the middle. Good for the Rockies. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Aaron Hill. Off the plate.
Another guy you got to respect his power, even though not a lot of home runs early in this season. He has some power. 4 for 11 in his last 4 straight ball games. Was 3 for 36 prior to that.
Goes to that breaking ball and he gets it in there. So it's 1-1. Line drive center field. Charlie's going to get there. And Matzek living dangerously. But he does not give up a run. Walk 3 in the first. In 8 innings, Charlie Blackmon, who had a great road trip, will lead things off for the Rockies. Last time Charlie got to play a little baseball. He had a couple of home runs on Sunday at Petco. Here's the Rockies lineup for game 1. Corey Dickerson will bat second, then Tulowitzki, Morneau, Arenado. Nolan had a couple of home runs on Sunday as well. Cargo, Nick Hundley, DJ LeMahieu, and Tyler Matzek. And actually, Walt changed up that lineup from the last couple of days, in that every day that this game was supposed to be played, he had Tulo in the 2-hole, Dickerson batting third, Arenado cleanup, Morneau fifth, then Cargo, Hundley, Matzek eighth, LeMahieu ninth. But because the bullpen for Arizona was allowed to rest a couple days, there's a bunt attempt. It's a good-looking bunt. High throw down the line, and Charlie very smartly stayed in foul territory and didn't make any sort of move towards second, and he has himself a bunt base hit. But anyhow, because of the way the bullpen was setting up, at least initially, the lineup was changed today for Walt, with those guys being able to rest.
And why not try to test early? This ball well over the head, and then not a play made at all there. High throw, very good hustle by Aaron Hill to back this play up, as they had a shift on for Charlie.
I think when you shift, George, against a guy leading off and in, I think more guys are going to say, you know what, if you're going to give me the bunt base hit, I'm going to take it.
Well, Ahmed was playing short at third base at that time. Tomas was at shortstop. Now, obviously, flip back.
Here's Dickerson. Dickerson had a good series down in Arizona, one of the few Rockies that really swung it very well. He was 5 of 13.
Colementor has pitched 10 ball games against the Rockies. At Chase Field, a little better, 3-0, obviously, 230 earned run average. Still trying to get his first win at Coors Field. He's 0-1, 584 earned run average here. 9 ball games, 4 of those have been starts.
Yeah, he was their pitcher of the year last year. Remember a couple of years ago, George, they kind of used him. It was back in your era. You had this role a few times. He threw 92 innings out of the bullpen 2 years ago. Guys don't do that anymore.
A swing guy that would come in when their starter would falter early in ball games and come in and eat up 3 or 4 innings.
There goes Charlie, and this is softly hit. It's going to be an easy double play. Grabbed by Nick Ahmed, and they're 2 outs. Arizona defensively will have Enciarte in left, Pollux in center, and Mark Trumbo in right. And defensively, Unfortunately, Yasmani Tomas has had his issues at third base. Nick Ahmed's a great fielder. Aaron Hill, Paul Goldschmidt, very good at first base. And behind the plate, Jordan Pacheco getting more and more time behind the plate because of his bat. He swings it better than Tuffy Gozwich.
A lot of comments being made lately that Saltalamacchia, just released by the Miami Marlins, will be they're looking awfully strongly at him to come over and catch for this ball club.
Marlins are eating a lot of money the next 2 years, George.
Yeah, almost $12 million out of the contract, $7 million for next, $1 million to buy out. It kind of sends a message they're very serious about what they're doing.
Just got off to such a poor start. He's not a great defensive catcher, and he got off to such a poor start offensively. I think he was 2 for 26. Inside, 2-1. Chappelle, first-year skipper of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's worked for a number of years for Arizona. Then he went up to Oakland, and he came back this year as their manager after all the offseason changes. 2-1. And this is a high fly ball down the left field line. And this one is going to be close to the crowd. And fortunately, just into the first row, despite the efforts of Nick Ahmed.
And the ball continued to float. There is slight wind here at the ballpark going out to left center. They get carried this ball a little bit farther as a riding fastball in on Tulowitzki. Tulo on his career versus Cole Mentor. 6 hits and 20 at bats. He's hit 300, 3 doubles and a home run, 4 RBIs. More than anybody in the lineup today against Cole Mentor.
Two, and Cole Mentor strikes out Tulowitzki. The Rockies got a bunt base hit from Blackman. He was erased on the double play. We'll go to the second. No score at Coors Field.
With he and Christian Bergman about an incident in Double-A when they were at Tulsa 2013. They were playing at Springfield, and for some reason they didn't tarp the field. It rained overnight. They couldn't play for 3 days. It was at the end of the first half of the year. They said they would walk on the field and it felt like quicksand, but that's the last time they can remember where they went 3, 4, maybe 5 days without being able to play or pitch. So this is unusual for Tyler Matzek. George, I know you know that field in Springfield well, and I don't know whether you had any kind of situation like that with weather or reasons why you just couldn't get on the hill.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times you have things like that, but what you try to do within those 9 days is at least throw 3 bullpens, maybe even see some live hitters, because the hardest thing you battle is rhythm and pace of the game. It's different to just go down and play catch. You can play catch in a tunnel somewhere. It's a matter of going out and being able to do that. Matter of fact, Mark, to add to that story you just told, that's how the Rockies in 2013, their AA affiliate, won the first half, because they had a half a game lead and they didn't get to play the rest of the ball games against Springfield. And once the first half ends, like on Monday, second half starts Tuesday. There's no break in between, and the Rockies AA affiliate were able to win the first half.
2 balls and a strike on Jordan Pacheco. Again, unable to locate anything but a slider. I think that was a changeup he tried to go to there. It's 3-1 on Jordan, who had a 3-run home run against the Rockies last week down in Phoenix. And he misses on a slider. That's 4 walks.
Well, some good things about this young left-hander on the hill. The ERA in the National League since August 25th of last year, he's 4th at 1.93. On the opposite dugout, Colementor is 2.06. So you got a couple of the higher ERA guys since mid-August a year ago.
Rockies fans, you can join the conversation. Send us your thoughts, photos, questions via Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Use the hashtag Toyota Talk. Nick Ahmed at the plate, batting 8th, so 4 of the first 7 have walked. And that's outside, ball 1.
And you're almost to the point as a hitter, you're going to take one. You know, you're going to go to the plate saying, I'm going to wait till I get to 0-1 before I'm going to start swinging.
At this point, because he's had so many issues throwing the ball over the plate, 18 pitches, or excuse me, 19 balls, only 8 strikes. It would literally be a cardinal sin. This kicks away now on a wild pitch. Pacheco moves up. I mean, if you swung it at a pitch right now, you get severely reprimanded.
Well, I don't know if they go to that extent, but you're right. I mean, what they're saying is, you know, make sure it's your pitch. Don't chase anything. Don't go to the corners.
Yeah, I mean, but what I mean by swung at anything before you get at least 1 strike.
Right. Go ahead and just take.
Well, how do you rediscover it, George? I mean,
well, he's tried a little bit of everything. Normally, you can go to your slider, your changeup will get your arm slot back in a position of where you need to be. And I think that's the hard thing about it. This young man at the plate's looking for his first base hit with runners in scoring position. He's 0 for 13 this year.
Here's the 3-0, and that cuts inside. So now 5 have walked, and with Colementor, George, this is a bunting situation, but do you even square? I mean, you square around initially, but tell him make sure you're bunting a strike.
You almost go Little League here. You square around, put the bat all over, you hope it's ball 1.
Yeah.
You know what? Ball 2. Remember in the Little League where the guy squared around, waved the bat everywhere, try to get you to throw a ball?
I don't know if I've seen this before. I don't know if I've ever seen 5 guys walk in the space of 8 hitters.
Tried to bunt the slider at 85. Well, you haven't seen him walk 5 guys and it still be 0-0. That's even the other hard part to watch. Or see, I should say.
Pacheco at second. Nick Ahmed is at first. Tulo's doing a good job keeping Jordan very close to that bag, which will give Morneau and or Matzik a chance to get the force at third, depending, of course, where the bunt is. Now, in a perfect world from Colementor's standpoint, he's going to bunt the ball toward the third baseman, Arenado, and force him to come make a play.
Well, the other side of that is, too, this is where you might put a trick play in, too, to have a pick at second, try to help Matzik out a little bit. So you're holding the guy tight there. You may pick there. You may back pick at first. I mean, a bunch of different things you may try to do to help him get through this inning. Behind Colementor, 2-1.
You got some guys stretching already down in the Rockies bullpen. I don't know if they're doing that just to do it. A chance to get the force. They'll get that there. Throw to first. Double play. 2 outs.
Hey, bunted it in the worst place you could possibly bunt it, hard and right back to the pitcher. Matzik flip throw over to Arenado, then the arm strength comes out. They get Colementor at first, and a double play, and kind of shorten this inning up after some pitches not in the zone. Look at it here. You got it. Your job as a pitcher is to get off the mound and get to that kind of triangle towards the third base line halfway up. And if it's bunted harder beyond that, then obviously Nolan would make the play. But the double play turned.
Ender Inciarte hit the first pitch of the ball game right at Justin Morneau. He's 0 for 10 lifetime against Tyler Matzik, and he takes strike 1.
Left-handers 167 against Matzik this year.
Well, in his career, going back basically a year ago when he came up, lefties have hit 149 against Tyler.
Rockies' 30th double play. That's second in the National League to Atlanta, who has 31. It's good you're turning double plays, but it also means there's a lot of traffic that's creating those double plays.
One. Good slider. 1 and 2.
Even further talk a little bit about left-handers since June 11th, 2014. That was Matzik's debut at the big league level. He leads it, 149 against. That's impressive. And you got a lefty in your head. Get the inning over, right?
One and 2 on Inciarte. Close. Where's that? No swing, and evidently it was down according to Adrian Johnson. So it's 2 and 2.
An emphatic call by Doug Eddings at third base as far as safe swing, meaning not a strike. Slider spin. Tried to get him to bite on a ball down, and it was down.
Yep. Go right back to it, right, George?
Well, that's your confident pitch right now.
He did. Line drive, base hit, and that will get a run home.
Yeah, hanging slider at 84. That ball stayed up in the zone. It wasn't on the outer part.
So Nick Ahmed scores to make it 1-0 Arizona.
10 RBIs now for Inciarte after that base hit into left center field. Look at the pitch again. Slider. See how it backed up, stayed right over the middle of the plate. Huntley wanted that ball off the plate and down. Stayed elevated. Inciarte drives it into left. Ahmed comes in to score, make it a 1-0 ball game.
Mark Trumbo, he walked his first time up.
Inciarte with 3 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught once.
Wouldn't imagine he'd be going here with Trumbo at the plate, especially with a lefty on the hill. Trumbo's 7-game hitting streak against the Rockies, 13 for 27, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. During batting practice Monday, because that's the only baseball activity anybody's gotten in. Both teams got the hit on Monday and then the rains for 2 days. Trumbo said what a joy it is hitting in front of Paul Goldschmidt. So nobody wants to see him up there. I'll be getting a lot of good pitches to hit.
That's the way you try to stack your lineup. Every good team does that, to where the guy in front is usually the one that gets the highest dividends off of. It's a pretty good fastball.
Changeup differential, George, is not real significant off the fastball right now for Tyler.
Again, he's trying to find a feel for a lot of things right now.
Yep.
You know, sometimes what you think is a changeup, or what's put on the board is a changeup.
Here goes Enciarte. Throw to second. They get him. Nope. Good job by Nick Hundley handling a difficult pitch to throw on and making it pretty close.
5 of 18 now would be base stealers, and again, it doesn't always fall on your catcher, but he had a ball away from him, really difficult to throw. That exchange very quick by Nick, and he had a very accurate throw, just not in time. 4 stolen base for Enciarte. I just felt like they might put him in motion, give him an opportunity to steal regardless who was at the plate, only because you're in the middle of your power guys here, your base hit high average guys that try to drive in a second run of the inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, I thought with the command issues right now for Matzik and the way Trumbo's been swinging it, they would keep where he is, because obviously with the guy like Trumbo or Goldschmidt, you're in scoring position at first base.
The Diamondbacks 210 with runners in scoring position this year. That ranks 28th at the major league level.
Two and one on Trumbo. This ball's in the air to deep right field. Cargo's going to watch it sail out. And Trumbo's done it again. A 2-run home run. And it's 3-0 Arizona. Trumbo's 3rd of the year. His 10th career home run against the Rockies.
If you watch the pitch come in, you'll see it on the Subaru Supermo. It's away, and it's on the outside half of the plate. So this gives an opportunity for those long arms to utilize a lot of strength and drive the baseball. And that's exactly what he did to right field. That's a strong man at home plate. Just watch this back leg shift to that backside. Everything stays in position. The hands are very well extended. There's nothing more frustrating when you take the mound and you have none of your weapons you can put in the zone, because you start to fight it so much mentally. Is my hand in position? Wait, man, that ain't close. Is my hand in position? Did I get the ball in a cut? The ball went behind Paul Goldschmidt. You'll see it again here. Ball jumped almost 2.5, 3 feet.
3-0 on Goldschmidt.
Now Rockies bullpen is busy now.
46 pitches in, the 2 outs in the second, and the only pitch that's been fairly reliable in terms of being able to throw a strike has been that slider. Bergman's up.
You mentioned the changeup fastball differential. It's more of, I think, back off the fastball. It just gets read as a changeup on the board, but it's where I'm trying to get ahead with my fastball and back off velocity and try to stay smooth with it.
By the way, for Trumbo, there he is. He has 11 hits in his career at Coors Field. 8 are home runs. And a strikeout of Goldschmidt. In the inning, 3 runs come in with 2 outs. There were 2 more walks. The 2-run home run by Trumbo made it 3-0 Arizona. struggled. He has walked 5. Justin Morneau trying to bunt his way on now. Almost lived to tell about it through the first 2 innings without giving up a run, and then the slider that was hit into left center field for a base hit to drive in a run by Ender Enciarte, and then it was followed up by the opposite field 2-run home run by Mark Trumbo. But 5 walks in the first 2 innings. And I'm sure for Tyler, it just conjures up memories of some of those days in the minor leagues, George, where he really struggled to throw strikes.
And I saw quite a few of those, unfortunately. And again, it's just where you battle. It's great stuff. It's just battling to get it over the zone. I like the fact Michael McHenry, or the backup catcher for the Rockies, walked over there. Heads up.
Watch out.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, everybody seems to be all right. That is a good sign right there. A jagged bat flying into a stand's dangerous. That's what Cole Mentor does. He really gets in on the hands of an awful lot of hitters, and that's what he does here. A little cut fastball, soft liner. Cole Mentor able to make the play, but you're going to see a bat just split in half here and then take off flying into the stands.
It's amazing how soft tossers, George, can break a great number of bats. You say, well, how do you get jammed on a guy who tops out at 85?
Well, that has, not really much the velocity has anything to do with it. It's the late movement on the pitch that has everything to do with it.
Arenado swings at the first pitch, and it's a towering pop up to shallow left. And Ciarte will call off Ahmed. 2 outs. That'll bring up Cargo. Cargo 5 for 15 with a home run, actually a couple home runs lifetime against Cole Mentor. 4 for 19 on the road trip last week. Trying to find his timing. 3 on the right side. Aaron Hill's in short right field. Cargo takes a strike. Tailing fastball in the outside corner at 84.
That's the other thing. You get a tough time adjusting to it because you just don't see fastballs like this very often. So it's well below hitting speed. And he makes you aware of the ball in. Even at 84 miles an hour, you know, okay, is he going soft away? What's he going to do to me? And bam, he comes right in on those knuckles.
Yeah, I mean, if you were watching a high school game and you had a gun on a guy and he's averaging 84 on his fastball, you say, yeah, nice high school pitcher. You wouldn't say he's a hard throwing high school pitcher.
No, but you know, that's the differential part of all this stuff is why is he in the big leagues? Because he can dot his fastball and utilize a curveball changeup mix with it. He knows how to pitch. And it's hard for guys like them to get that opportunity because everybody's hunting down velocity. You know, and the sad part is the woods are full of guys that throw hard, but do they get outs?
Cargo thought that was away. I think everybody else thought it was away. Adrian Johnson's the boss back there, and he had it on the outside corner, so it's 3-2. And this is a jam shot also. And the Rockies go quickly in the second inning. They trail 3-0. Sports is brought to you by your hometown Toyota stores. Let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, last 48 hours, we've seen a lot of raindrops. We've seen a whole lot of the tarp being spread over the infield and not a lot of baseball. Today, we hope to see plenty of baseball, a doubleheader scheduled, but we'd be lying if we didn't tell you that there's not more rain in the forecast. And Tyler Matzik trying to figure out a way to consistently hit the strike zone. That's been the story so far. He has 5 walks. He's given up 3 runs.
Yeah, probably going to be a pretty short leash also. The bullpen is warming up. I mean, Christian Bergman continues to throw down in the bullpen. So, Walt's not going to let him sit out there and battle himself, let a game get away from him.
Bergman looks ready. He looks ready, doesn't he, George? I mean, he was thrown last inning.
Yeah, Walt's got those decisions to make. Your club's 4-11. Trying to play a little better baseball in their last 14, 15 games. So they're trying to get a little bit better, get things solved. And I just think Walt, going to say, hey, I got to make a move here for our ball club. Foster's going to go out, take the short walk. This is the kill time walk.
Yeah, I mean, you're forcing his hand. There's nothing you can do. For whatever reason, he's unable to throw the ball across the plate. It's got to be a sick feeling.
It is, I can tell you. It is a very sick feeling that you're not throwing the ball across the plate. It drives you crazy.
Yasmani Tomas will come up as Steve Foster's conversation concludes. And you would think Matzik right now is hitter to hitter. If he walks another guy, Walt would have to go get him.
He might go get him in the middle of the at bat. If Bergman gives you the phone call and says he's ready to go, that's all you're waiting on.
So I assumed he was ready because he was standing and watching when he was up last inning.
You know what? He may have got him up and said, all right, how close are you? Finish it up, get it going. Let's see what happens with the first guy. I'm going to give him one more. If he walks him, he's got one more and you're in.
Watching Arenado at third, he's jumping up and down. Infielders will do that because you're asking yourself to be explosive periodically, and you've been standing around forever, and so he's trying to keep the legs loose, not pull anything.
You know what? And Tyler knows he's one pitch away too.
He's one pitch away, and then 4 days of misery, George, between starts, because the element of doubt will be there until you can go out and pound the strike zone again. Runner going, throw to second is not in time. It was in there for a strike. So Pollock with his 5th stolen base.
Big jump. Obviously, the base runners know his focus is at home plate right now. It's a slow leg kick, trying to get the back load, get the arm on top, and throw a strike, and they took advantage of it.
Now ball up the line. Fair. That's called a fair ball. Morneau didn't think so. The run scores. Tomas has a single. Morneau glanced at Bill Miller saying, really? But evidently it went over the bag, so it is now 4-0.
Well, umpires get a little lazy too. Not saying that he missed this call. I'm just saying, they're standing around an awful lot right now too. You look at it right up the line. It's going to have some rotation and spin on the baseball. It is a fair baseball, no question about it. Walt's seen enough.
So unfortunately, this trend continues where a starting pitcher doesn't go very long. And for Tyler Matzik, who had a 2.70 ERA coming in and a 2-0 record, it's going to be a long 4 or 5 days, we talked about, until he can get out there again. out of the strike zone. He walks 6. Gives up 3 hits, and the Rockies are in a ditch down 4-0. And it'll be up to Christian Bergman to throw up some zeros and give that offense a chance to get back in it. Neither team has played since Sunday.
Shorten up the inning, get out of this thing. Get a double play ball, get a quick out, get your offense in the dugout. It's a heavy right-handed lineup, so maybe you'll have some chances to get that taken care of.
Aaron Hill lined to center field in the first with the bases loaded. Matzik worked out of a bases loaded, self-induced bases loaded situation in that first, and that's a base hit. So now they're 2 on, nobody out. That'll bring up Pacheco. With every challenge called, the Subaru eyesight review will determine the outcome of love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Well, the starting pitching has not been good, and the Rockies are probably fortunate just to be 2 games under 500 when you look at some of the metrics. However, this would be a good place to start for the offense to start cranking it up, because they haven't had very many big days where they've put crooked numbers up, and they know that also, and so they got to pick up a rotation that has faltered. And obviously in today's situation, Tyler Matzik with all of the errant pitches. The first things first, you got to get to the dugout. Pacheco with a 1-strike count. See if Christian can get a ground ball here. That's in there. 0-2. Talked about it earlier. It's quite an opportunity for Pacheco. Catching situation unsettled with Arizona, and Pacheco clearly has the better bat of the 2 catchers. He and Tuffy Gozwich. He just has never really been an everyday catcher. They're giving him an opportunity.
He's been an everyday hitter, is what he's been.
Yes,
he really swing the bat just a couple of years ago, 5th in the National League with over 500 at bats. Hit .308 for the Rockies. The next year struggled at the plate, was claimed on waivers by Arizona. Arizona at the end of the year had designated Pacheco off the roster, got him back as a minor league free agent, signed, brought to big league camp, made the ball club.
To 2 low, this should be 2. There's 1, and DJ will get the double play. Moving to third is Tomas. Bring up Nick Ahmed. Down 4 runs. The Rockies may go after Ahmed. In certain situations you would not, but Ahmed has really struggled with the bat. He's 4 for his last 37. Let's get the pitcher on deck, and this should get it done because Tulo is used to making that play. Out at first. Not too many make it look that easy. Troy Tulowitzki with a sparkler to end the 3rd inning. Another run for Arizona. They're up 4-0. To begin things for Colorado, who wants tacos. When the Rockies score 7 or more, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day. Do it between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special. Live Boss at Taco Bell. And scoring 7 has been an issue that you wouldn't think would be for this club with Blackman and Dickerson, Tulowitzki, Morneau, Arenado, Gonzalez. The Rockies have scored 7 in a game one time this year. It was opening day, Miller Park in Milwaukee. They had 10 runs. Look at that list again. At the top of it, you'll see the Athletics have scored 7 or more 10 times. And then the Blue Jays 9 times, the Dodgers 9 times. The Rockies, traditionally one of the top offensive clubs in baseball, they're down at the bottom. And that's another broken bat, little bleeder that's caught in the air by Ahmed. I count 2 broken bats and already 4 jam shots against Comenter.
That's that late movement on his fastball, and he have elevation, then back down again, and back up again. Late cut, late sink. Has run on the baseball. Frustrating to a lot of hitters because you go to hit the baseball and you think it's right there, and then the next thing you know, it jumps in on your hands.
DJ LeMahieu hitting .392. Hitting .400 against right-handed pitching. Second best to D. Gordon. Joey Votto's back to being Joey Votto so far this year. That's the thing, George. Again, you look individually, as we showed that graphic where the Rockies haven't scored many runs. Yet individually, you look, and you say, well, boy, a lot of guys are having, solid starts. This is to Ahmed. DJ's had a great start. Charlie came in, hit well over 300. Dickerson around 300. Tulowitzki around 300. Arenado 314, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Yet you put it all together, and there haven't been enough innings where the Rockies have bunched hits, then hit a long ball. So you're not getting that 7, 8, 9 run game on occasion.
That's the key of what you just said. And even though you mentioned Oakland, and there are many times that they've been able to do that, yet they're 4 games under 500, 11 and 15. Tough to explain this game. It's a crazy game. All the cylinders have to match up, make the engine run right.
A's problem's been their bullpen. Bergman hits it in the air to pretty deep right field. Trumbo stepped shy of the track, makes the catch, and again, it's a very quick inning. Comenter has faced the minimum through 3 innings. 4-0 Arizona. big MPGs and fun to drive Ford. Go further. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Diamondbacks up 4-0 on the Rockies. The Rockies beginning what was supposed to be a 6-game homestand. The first 2 games were rained out. They're playing a doubleheader scheduled. They're going to battle some rain today also against the Diamondbacks. Tomorrow is an off day, and then the Dodgers are in over the weekend, and we have a Seattle forecast as well for the weekend.
Yeah, a little rougher now. You get a little snow predicted on Sunday morning. Wow.
Well, it's spring in the Rockies, right? Josh Colementer's going to lead things off against Christian Bergman here in the 4th. Again, Tyler Matzik 2+ innings. He gives up 4 runs, 3 hits, 6 walks. Only 20 of 58 pitches were in the strike zone. And that pitch misses, ball 1. Tommy Runnels was telling me this morning, we were sitting in the dugout for a moment, and when he was the skipper of the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, one spring they lost 5 straight games. There were rainouts or snowouts 5 straight days, and he said we were in the hunt in the PCL, and we had all these double headers in September. He said we just ran out of pitching, and it hurt us. They kind of fell apart down the stretch.
That's the difficult side of it at the minor league level, because you got other teams that are also in the hunt. You can't go try to get them pitchers. You can't move guys in and off the DL. Bergman behind Colementer, hitting .231 on the year, 3-1.
Big chopper to short. Troy had to retreat. Fortunately, he's got the pitcher running.
The rooftops, the place to be during baseball season. Arrive early for pregame festivities, beer specials before the first pitch. So make sure you get here today. Nice little crowd showing up so far on the rooftop. I'm sure there'll be more here for game 2.
One out. Ender Enciarte. Singled to left center field to drive in the first run for Arizona in the 2nd inning. After 2 walks to Pacheco and Ahmed. Colementer bunted, if you recall, into a double play. So even after 5 walks, there are 2 outs in that 2nd inning, and Matzik had a chance to get out of it unscathed, go to the dugout still in a zip game. That's pulled down the line fair.
They're going to kick off of that wall with Cargo. He'll be able to limit Inciarte with a double. Only because of the arm and the positioning and knowing right field. Fell behind with a fastball, tried to come back with a cutter in on the hands. That's cutter rotation on the baseball. Stayed out over the middle of the plate and able to pull that ball right past Morneau, who was even with the bag, and shot it into the corner. Inciarte's first at bat against Tyler Matzik hit a line shot right at him at first base for an out. A little late on the spin by Bergman there. Now this year Bergman is, and again, this is why you have a low earned run average, and Christian does have that low earned run average. 115 now as he pitches here in his 2nd inning of work. 2 for 20 with runners in scoring position.
Outside to Trumbo, ball 1. Mark, Southern California kid, still makes his home in Orange County.
Another attempted pick as DJ got there.
Last year, Trumbo, because of injuries, was limited in the number of games he played. He hit only 14 home runs, a low total obviously for a guy like Trumbo, but 6 of them came against the Rockies. And here's his home runs now, 10 of them in Coors Field. Not surprisingly, a lot on the pull side, but he's also hit some out in that direction. The one George is circling is the one that happened an inning ago. It's 2-0. 3-0. Trumbo loose. Why not? The way he's swinging it. 3-0. He missed 3-1. Washington beat Miami today 7-5. The story in that ballgame, the Nationals starting to play like we figured the Nationals would. Bryce Harper hit 3 home runs in that game. He had an opportunity for a 4th, and he knocked in a run with the ground out. That's on the inside corner. So that's the second guy today that's got to go fetch his bat to continue his AB. Margot did the same thing on a 3-1 pitch 2 innings ago.
Now the box indicates it is the ball. That's why Trumbo kind of jumped back with his legs. He likes to stride into the ball. So he kind of jumped back there to lock his knees up. A strike gets called, and he kind of turned around looking back at Adrian like, really?
Three and 2, and it's fouled off.
But Adrian's kind of looking around going, guys, you know what? I've been here a while today. I've seen a lot of pitches early in this game. All right? I've seen over 7 walks in the game. Not real happy about that part. So get in the box. Quit talking. Swing the bat. If I miss one, shame on me.
1 out. Enciarte at second. Another 3-2 upcoming. And that's to right center field. And that'll be a double for Trumbo, and it'll drive in the 5th run. Trumbo with 3 ribbies already. And he is flat, worn out. Rockies pitching.
Yeah, obviously loves to hit in this ballpark. Sees an awful lot of pitches. Does like where they come out of. This is going to be a high fastball trying to run a sink to the outside corner. Just squared up on the bat. I mean, that is good. Couldn't hit any sweeter spot on the bat. And just drives it out into right center field, out of the reach of everybody. And Enciarte scores the 5th run of the ball game.
Goldschmidt fouls that off. Trumbo had a 4-hit, 4 RBI game against the Rockies last Tuesday in the desert. He had a 2-run triple. He had a 2-run home run, a couple singles. He scored 3 runs in that game. So far this afternoon, he's gone walk, 2-run home run, run scoring double. 5 runs, 6 hits. And of course, there have been 6 walks to aid the Diamondbacks.
Duck. I hate it when big, strong guys get up to the plate and they swing the bats and they get a ball they can really turn on. They pull it into the seats. You just hope everybody's paying attention.
Goldschmidt, like all good hitters, so tough with 2 strikes. He had a couple of 2-strike hits last week against the Rockies. One in particular, an 0-2 pitch late in the ball game. And not surprisingly, Paul was named the National League Player of the Week for last week. He had 556. What was shocking to me is, you see the bottom line there? It's the first time he's been the Player of the Week. This is a guy that was second in the MVP voting 2 years ago. In 2013.
Yeah, 91 mile an hour heater chest high. After seeing a number of low pitches down in the zone, Bergman able to get this high heat by Paul Goldschmidt. Exactly what happened because of the elevation.
Pollock's walked twice. He takes a strike. Sure, AJ was happy for Craig Counsell. Craig Counsell, a Golden Domer. AJ Pollock, a Golden Domer.
Got a lot of people pleased about it. There was a lot of guys quoted from the past. Pat Doherty, the former scouting director that signed Counsell. Bob Gebhardt, the general manager here of the Rockies at the time. Jason Bates was quoted in the paper today, talking an awful lot about his former teammate.
1-1 on Pollock. For the first time in his career today, he's hitting cleanup. And that's smoked at Troy. And he's going to have to eat this one. That ball was hit hard. Pollock runs really well. So it'll be first and third, and Tomas will come up.
Yeah, all about reaction. This ball hit really, really hard here, and error on Troy, his fourth of the season. That ball was smoked right at him. A lot of times, try to take that ball a little bit off to your side, so you can try to take a little bit of a velocity ball back with you and kill it, so you can make that play. Hard play to make.
Trumbo's acting like he hurt his left shoulder running to third. Now he's giving himself a massage. This ball is pulled for a base hit into left center. That'll get a run home. Pollock will go first to third. Tomas has his second RBI. This thing is ugly early.
Tomas had a base hit down the left field line. This time it's a hanging fastball. Stayed right up in the middle of the zone, 87 miles an hour. Trying to sink it underneath the hands out into the outfield. Corey Dickerson bobbled initially. I still think that everybody would advance. Pollock would advance to third base.
Aaron Hill, line out and a base hit for Hill. 6-0 Arizona. And this is popped up. It may be playable, then again, maybe not.
That hurt. You know what? I like the guy. Didn't give up the popcorn. There's a Fighting Irish shirt on right there. Drew talking about Craig Counsell.
One and one. Said it many times. It's an old line about momentum in baseball. The next day's starting pitcher. I'm sure both Arizona and the Rockies were chomping at the bit to get out on the field after sitting around for 48 hours, really 72 hours. Rockies trying to snap a 5-game. Oh boy. Get fouled. Not going to happen. A 3-run home run for Aaron Hill. His second of the year, and it is now 9-0. To finish that thought, it comes down to your next day's starting pitcher, and unfortunately Tyler Matzik walked 6. Rockies never really able to get going in this game, and now this thing is 9-0 in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Aaron Hill really likes the ball middle half in and down where he can extend. He's a strong man. He's hit a lot of home runs in his big league career, and this one to the back of the tunnel down the left field line. Yeah, the hard part about it, sometimes as a pitcher, you got to go out and just wear it. I had to wear it a few times in my career. Give up 11 runs in Yankee Stadium one time in 4 innings. You just got to go out and wear it because you're trying to save the bullpen with the second game right after this one.
Now the second game rule was added a few years ago when teams are forced to play a doubleheader. You can add a 26th man for that second game. The Rockies have brought up Chris Russin, an extra pitcher from Albuquerque. I get what you're saying. You're right, George. I mean, Bergman's role may be just, he may have to wear it to save the other members of the bullpen. But the big picture is it's 9-0. You hadn't played in 3 days. You're trying to snap a 5-game losing streak, and now you're staring at another loss, and it's ugly lopsided.
Yeah, this got ugly. Crooked numbers in a hurry.
Two and two on Pacheco with 2 outs. 4 hits in the inning, 2 doubles, a 3-run home run. Only single was Tomas's. Troy, low throw, nice pickup by Morneau. Good play by Tulowitzki. Great play at first by Morneau. 5 runs in the inning. It's 9-0 Arizona.
improving stat. Well, Charlie Blackmon was just okay initially, and look what he's done the last week. 424 average. Started out 2 for 16 this year, and then Charlie is on that all-star pace from a year ago.
It has been outstanding. There's no question about it. Charlie has taken some help from trying to another bunt. Gets a curveball for a strike here. Patience when you've had success is one of the greatest things you can have in baseball, and rely on your ability knowing it will turn around.
Tough-minded guy. Brings a singular focus to the ballpark every day. Bunt single his first time up. Colementer's faced the minimum. Charlie has the only hit. He was erased on a soft line drive double play. He was running on the pitch. Corey Dickerson got jammed and looped one right at Nick Ahmed, who had the easy toss to first with double play. Change up outside corner, 1-2. Look down a little bit. All we've talked about the last 3 days is rain. Nobody wants to see it, except right now the Rockies would take a torrential downpour to
cancel it out.
Cancel this thing out.
Boy, what a catch.
Oh,
what
wow.
a catch.
I don't know if I've seen one like that in a long time.
Foul tip.
Usually caught in the glove, right?
It did hit the glove and then popped out of Pacheco's glove in the air, and Pacheco stayed with it. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. You see, that ball was high. Pacheco pops out of the glove, reads and follows the baseball, able to catch it barehanded. See right there, right up in the webbing. But then he's able to catch it, never touched the umpire, didn't touch any part of Jordan. And able to hang on to this for an out. Quite the opposite of Tyler Matzek today. Colementer 7 for 10 first pitch strike.
Colementer doesn't walk people, period.
3 so far in the year.
He went 8 innings, allowed a run on 5 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 6 last week in beating the Rockies. And look at that. That's almost identical to what happened to Dickerson his first time up. That's 3 unofficially, 3 broken bats, and it may be 4.
If you're looking for an affordable way to entertain your employees, family, or friends on Sundays, ask about our Sunday Super Suite specials. Call to book today.
Troy takes a strike. He struck out his first time up.
3 ground outs, 6 flyouts. Out of those 6 flyouts, I think 5 are jam shots. Can't think of one hit hard yet. You're playing right into his hands. He loves to see you get out early on pitches. He has struck out a couple in the game.
Troy reaching for it. It's a high fly ball to deep left, but playable for Inciarte. That ends the inning. And Colementer through 4 is facing the minimum. 9-0 Arizona.
Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Ted Williams says that the All-Star Game was invented for Willie Mays, who was born on this day 84 years ago in Westfield, Alabama. The Say Hey Kid into the Hall of Fame in 1979. Back in 1951, when he debuted on May 25th, he was the Rookie of the Year at age 20. Went 1 for his first 27. He was hitting .038 that year. Ended up .274 with 20 homers and 68 RBIs. And the Giants lost the World Series that year to the Yankees back in 1951. Say Hey Kid, happy birthday, born guys on this day back in 1931.
I've said it many times. My dad got to watch many of his games when he was still in New York before they moved to San Francisco, and worked at the Polo Grounds his rookie year. This is a high fly ball foul by a Met. And he is the greatest player a lot of people have ever seen. And George, I want you to explain, because you pitched at Old Candlestick. He hit 660 home runs. Candlestick Park, are you kidding me?
Before they put the right field deck in. The wind nothing but howled. It was cold. It blew in every day. It was a horrible place to play baseball. And hard to hit home run.
And he's banging home runs there like he's playing, in a modern day, in Philadelphia or Cincinnati or Coors Field relinquishes home runs.
Well, unfortunately, and a lot of people didn't get to see the old ballpark that much or had traveled to it the way they had the new one in San Francisco. That old ballpark's the only place I ever wore a parka in July. I mean, it was freezing there. Ball didn't carry.
First time nuts. First time I went there, you'd heard all the stories. I'd watched it for many, many years on television. First time I went there, it was the middle of the summer. It was July or August. And I could not believe how cold it was. I mean, I'm talking about you wear mittens, you had a down jacket on if you were a fan, and you had a blanket over your legs.
Well, it's around the corner from where AT&T is. So in other words, you're in the open bay, so you're feeling an awful lot of that heavy winds. Bergman to get off the mound, the snap throw, they will get him. But it's the hard part. Probably one of my favorite conversations with Willie, as I had with Aaron at point at different times. Yeah, Drysdale and Koufax got me, but those other three guys better duck.
Right.
I'm going to really make those guys, that 3, 4, 5 starter in rotation, I'm going to hurt you.
One out, Colementor at the plate. What was Willie's exact line on that? I'll take my 1 for 4s against Koufax and Drysdale, but the rest of the rotation better look out.
Well, it's a different time and era of the game, and that's not unusual. Colementor hit 214, but he was hitting 250 when he came into the game. And Willie told me the same story when Drysdale was on the mound one day, and he said, digging a hole, because he's hit Sunday afternoon game, really wasn't paying attention. And I stepped back, and Drysdale's glaring at me. I covered the hole back up, got back in, because I knew he was going to throw at me if I sat there and kept digging and hanging around long enough. Different time and era of the game. I didn't realize this day. Do you realize Kansas City's been hit 22 times this year? That's nuts. 22 hit bats.
Heard Buck Showalter, George. You'll be interested in this. Buck Showalter said something in the aftermath of that Baltimore White Sox game that was played at Camden Yards without a crowd. This is pulled by Inciarte for a base hit. So 2 on and 1 out. And he said one of the things he learned about it, because there was nobody was getting agitated. If a pitch, came up and in, it was just tossed back. And he feels like, and he doesn't mean, obviously we love having the fans. The fans make the game. But his point was he feels like with other people there, it kind of adds sometimes to the tension and the rising tension at times when you have teams that all of a sudden things escalate, and next thing you know, both teams are out on the field and a near brawl takes place.
Well, and trust me, I love the fans, but I was called an awful lot of different names throughout baseball, and it would put you into moods you didn't want to go there. You didn't want to get out on that other side of that dark side of that fence sometimes, and unfortunately took it out on guys on the field. And it just kind of puts the tension up a little bit higher. I think too, when you have two very good teams playing against each other, you have a little more tension to win. Two really good teams that maybe have had some friction in the past. Ball a little off the plate, but called a strike by Johnson.
Trumbo, a bouncer to short. There's one, there's two, and that's all for Arizona in the fifth inning. Diamondbacks leading it 9-0. They've out-hit the Rockies 10-1. Time now for the big hit presented by Mako. Turn the car you drive into the car you love. Well, it's a plural big hits. Nolan Arenado, a home run on Sunday against San Diego, and then Nolan Arenado a little bit later on, another home run against the Padres. Arenado leads the club with 6 home runs. Our Mako big hits. Ken Roberts is now throwing for the Rockies. Made his major league debut in San Diego over the weekend. Morneau hits a high fly ball to deep center field. Did he catch all of it? Yes, he did. So Morneau goes deep, and the Rockies are on the board. It's 9-1 for Justin, his 3rd home run of the year.
And for Colementor, it's one of those deals where, you know what, I got a big lead, it's 9-0, but you got to be careful. You challenge this Rocky lineup, it's going to hurt you. The 3rd home run by Morneau of the year on a fastball that stayed up, a spinning ball, a breaking ball that stayed up in the zone about chest high, and one of the few curveballs he's thrown so far today in the ball game, and Morneau made him pay for it.
Here's Arenado. He popped to short his first time. And Nolan fouls this one off. If you're just jumping on board, you're saying, whoa, what has happened? Tyler Matzik started for the Rockies. He went 2+ innings and gave up 4 runs. He walked 6 batters. Of his 58 pitches, this is down the line. And that's a fair ball for Nolan. Arenado's got to hustle, and just did get into second. Careful, you want to hurt that ankle sliding late. So Arenado with a double.
And that's where you're going to see a little conversation right now with Pacheco. That fastball inside. Nolan, good job clearing the front side out to get to that running fastball. Pull it right down the line. Hit extremely hard. One hop off the left field wall. The throw coming in for Inciarte. Relayed in by Ahmad. Not in time as he slides in hard into second base. Foot gets in well ahead of the tag. Then momentum takes him on in.
Here's Cargo. But the 58 pitches and only 20 strikes is the lowest
strike percentage in a game since the start of the 2000 season in baseball, just 34.5%. Discussing the issues for Tyler Matzik. You know, he's been there before, and he's been able to extract himself from it. He had a rough ride at times in the minor leagues throwing strikes. 0-1. It's one ribby the last 17 games for Cargo.
There's that really odd angle with his hand, and then the changeup coming out of it at 76 miles an hour. You may see something similar to this to follow right back. Circle change, pronate to the inside, high, late fade sink. Right under the bat of Cargo. Coleman has such confidence in his fastball command that he ran that fastball in off the plate, not for a strike, that it wouldn't surprise to go back in again. With the hitter thinking, all right, change up away maybe. Is that where he's going to go, or is he going to come in with the heater? Not afraid to throw that changeup behind and counts. Went right back inside with the fastball, missed. It's only the second 3-ball count of the ball game for Coleman.
The first was on Gonzalez. Got him to pop out on a 3-2 pitch. And a base hit to right. Arenado's going to get a stop sign. Cargo hit that so hard. So it's first and third, nobody out. Home run, double, single, and Nick Hundley will come up.
Man, that's what you start to run into. I tell you, this lineup wake ups on you. It can put a big number on the board and get yourself back in this game in a hurry. On a 3-2 count, pitch in, fastball, trying to sink it down and away on that outer half of the plate. Cargo with that long swing, able to smack it into right field, first and third. Nick Hundley lined out to shortstop. And his first hit back.
Hundley, a 9-game hitting streak, which ties his career best. This ball's hit to deep left field, way back, and caught over the wall by Enciarte.
Wow.
Arenado scores a sac fly, but it looked like it was going to be a 3-spot.
And that one swing going to get you right, I mean, right back in the middle of the game. I thought this ball was gone. You know, I'm not sure it's going to get over the wall or not, but he sure did time it perfectly right here, didn't he? He caught it right in front of that yellow line down there on the extended wall. You get up and get it. Able to throw that ball back in a hurry into second base to prevent Cargo from moving up or tagging and making the move into second base.
LeMahieu at the plate. It's also a teaching point, George. You tell all players, see this so many times at young ages. Guys on third base with less than 2 outs and get all excited. Somebody crush one. Stay at third and tag up. If he hit it 4 miles, you can walk home. If a guy makes a circus catch, you can walk home. But if you go home and cross home plate and have to go back, you may have a problem.
Yeah, big problem. There's going to be 2 outs. That's not what you're looking for.
Fomenter gets LeMahieu to chase. Daniel Descalso is going to pinch hit. Log on to CFD Rodeo /Miranda Lambert for your chance to win tickets to see Miranda Lambert in concert Saturday the 18th of July in Cheyenne at Cheyenne Frontier Days. Strike on Descalso. Just wondering, George, if I'm sure it's gone through Walt's mind, Tommy Runnels' mind. You know, they have an idea who's going to play in the second game, and you always protect him naturally of Troy Tulowitzki's legs and some of your veteran guys' legs. With this game at 9-2, now if that ball goes out and all of a sudden it's 9-4, 9-5, all bets are off. But if it, you know, creeps to the 6th inning, it's still a 7-run differential. Descalso up. Do you flip out maybe a couple of the guys that you were going to give the second game off and now utilize them in that second game?
Well, I don't think you do it early, only for what you just said. You know, because it's in the 5th inning. Now you're working into the 6th. Now you can start to make those moves 6th or 7th inning. But like you just said, if the ball gets out of the ballpark, now you got a 9-4 ball game, you can't do it. You can't interchange your big bats out.
No, but what I'm saying is now the ball didn't go out. So
right.
Depending on what happens here, you're going to go to the 6th inning. And
I haven't seen the lineup for the second game yet. And I know Walt probably has in mind what he's thinking about doing. Yeah. Strike 3 on Descalso. That cleaned the rest of the inning up.
Rockies do get a couple of runs. Morneau a home run. Arenado a double. Nick Hundley robbed of maybe a home run. Closest to him. See how faith, family, and the love of sport shape Nolan as he battled his way to the big leagues. That's Rockies Real Talk Friday after the game. I know you're really going to enjoy it. Jenny has spent a great deal of time, I should say, with Nolan and his family, home in Orange County, and also with a lot of people surrounding Nolan Arenado. I think you're really going to enjoy that series on Nolan. Great kid. Ken Roberts made his major league debut Sunday in San Diego with a scoreless inning. And he is on here in the 6th inning after 3 innings from Christian Bergman. Bergman gave up 5 runs. 2 of the runs were earned, 3 unearned runs, 7 hits. Struck out 1. Roberts' first pitch to Paul Goldschmidt misses. Goldschmidt is 0 for 2 and a walk. Walked in the first and has struck out twice since then.
Well, Roberts had a very good Arizona Fall League. I was a little bit surprised some team didn't take a shot on a Rule 5 pick. Came to camp, threw the ball well there at big league camp, always on that radar. And I've got an opportunity here to come to the big leagues based on his job he did in spring training, what he had done so far at AAA level.
He's got a really good sinker, and George, a very good curveball. We'll see how it plays here at 20th and Blake.
Well, the curveball works here if you keep your fingers on top of it, not try to create the break, let the grip and the arm speed create that break. Not afraid to throw strikes. That was the impressive thing for me at the Arizona Fall League. Over 199 minor league appearances for Ken Roberts. He had a 2.37 earned run average.
Two and two on Goldschmidt. High. Arizona came into today having lost their last 3 games. The Rockies having lost their last 5. Second 5-game losing streak of the season for Colorado. You need to look at the glass as half full. Despite the pitching issues, the starting pitching issues, the Rockies at 11 and 13 entering play today, it could be much worse because the offense really hasn't worked in synchronicity yet.
Say that word again.
Synchronism.
Have you heard that word before, John?
Strikeout at Goldschmidt. When was the last time you saw Goldschmidt strike out 3 times?
You said that was a good album by who? By the Police. Is that where you got that word from?
Yeah. A.J. Pollock.
That was a very good pitch as you saw it on the Subaru Super Mode. Be able to get Goldschmidt, one of the few guys in that lineup they've been able to handle.
Padres, who've been offensively challenged the last couple of days against the Giants, of course, coming off a sweep of the Rockies. 5 early runs. San Francisco, they're up 5-1. That was against Hickson. Pitched well. 1-1 on A.J. Pollock. Ken Roberts out of Middle Tennessee State made history the other day with his good friend Mike McHenry. They became the first all Middle Tennessee State battery in big league annals. Pollock's trying to stretch it, and he's going to. He runs well.
Well, he really cut the bag well at first base. That's what got him the opportunity to get to second base. He really shortened the distance. As big as the Ponderosa can be at times, it can work against you. This ball just to the right side of Charlie Blackmon. He went to get to the baseball and hustle over, get the throw, get back in, and still not much of a play at second.
11 hits for the Diamondbacks.
Did you read what I read? Maybe you did or didn't. They might even be trying to entertain thoughts of trading Tomas now. Just signed him.
Well,
came out of the rumor mills on the East Coast.
First of all, he hasn't demonstrated enough that somebody's going to give a lot up to get him or absorb a $68.5 million contract.
So you 308, but it's for young. Well, there's a lot of other teams that put bids on him to try to get him. You never know if one of those guys might be one of those that stepped forward. I just thought it was unusual that he would even be out there at that time.
Listen, there's a couple questions with him. First of all, you know, he's a young player, so give him time. But He hasn't hit with power yet, and they don't know what position is best for him defensively. One ball, one strike on Yasmani Tomas. Couple hits to drive in 2 runs today. Tell you something else about today. We were celebrating Say Hey Kid's 84th birthday. Today's the 100th anniversary of Babe Ruth's first home run. Back up the middle, and that's going to be another RBI base hit for Tomas. And it's 10-2. He's had a good day today, throwing singles out.
Yeah, just a ground ball right back up the middle. Had some eyes out of the reach of Roberts as he bent down to get it right out the end of his glove, out of the reach of Troy. And DJ and an RBI opportunity.
Tomas, one of 21 Cubans currently on major league rosters. Aaron Hill, a single and a 3-run home run. He takes a strike. Jordan Lyles in the second game today. Robbie Ray, a left-hander, will go for Arizona. We saw Robbie during spring training for Arizona.
Bergman worked 3 innings, by the way. 7 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned.
They changed that. I had 2 earned. It's now only 1 earned. That's another base hit for Hill. Tomas will go first to third. Cargo's going to fire to the cutoff man, Tulowitzki. Jordan Pacheco. Pacheco's 0 for 2 and a walk. Arizona 7 for 15. What is shocking is that a team has 15 opportunities here in the 6th inning with runners in scoring position. This will be the 16th.
7 for 15. Crazy.
Pacheco, when he was at the University of New Mexico, was the Mountain West Player of the Year. That's a good program down there.
As a shortstop.
Jordan drives this ball to center field and laying out, makes a great catch is Blackman. It'll still be a sac fly. We've seen 2 sac flies off of phenomenal catches. Blackman closed, dove, and Rob Pacheco probably a double.
No question, maybe even more, unless Dickerson had got there. This ball was hit on the line. Dickerson playing over far left. Charlie takes off on the fly. And if he doesn't get it and that ball gets by him, it's going to be a race for Pacheco. He's going to be able to run a lot. Great timing by Charlie Blackman.
Two outs. Nick Ahmed at the plate. 11-2 Arizona.
behind on the count, 3-0. Well, work your way all the way back. Even though it's 11-2 ball game, you still got to go out as a young pitcher, be able to try to cement yourself and part of this Rockies bullpen. Have Cole Minter lead the next inning off.
Oh, that hit the umpire.
And it becomes a dead ball. Everybody advance.
Be a base hit for Ahmed.
Yeah, ball hit hard on the ground, and again, this is a tough situation sometimes. Jim Wolf out at second base tries to time his hop, and as he starts to try to get up out of the way of this, just rolled right up the foot, made the move out of the way, and Walt's out to have a little conversation about the play. Very short conversation.
Not sure what it would be about. It's pretty cut and dry in terms of what occurs there. Cole Minter fouls it off. Just the third time in Cole Minter's career that he's had 4 at-bats in a game. He's 1 for 3. That's also a foul ball.
Follow live Rockies baseball in 2015 with MLB.com at bat on your phone, smartphone, or tablet, featuring scores, stats, highlights, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. All the kiddos out at the ballpark today. Somebody's got some babysitting duties today. They're having fun. Either that or mom and dad skipping work.
Strikeout of Cole Minter ends the inning. 2 more runs for Arizona in the 6th. 11-2 they lead. They've out-hit Colorado 14-4. Great catch by Charlie. Arizona, and it started with Tyler Matzik walking 6 guys in a little more than 2 innings. And if it could go further downhill from there, it did. Arizona 14 hits. 11-2 they lead as the Rockies come to bat with the top of the order in the bottom of the 6th inning. With George Frazier and Mark Stout, I'm Drew Goodman. Charlie Blackmon, Corey Dickerson, Troy Tulowitzki. This is ball one. Charlie a bunt single and a strikeout. One on Blackmon, a career .356 hitter against Arizona, and he pulls that one foul. Adam Ottavino's down in Alabama today with Dr. James Andrews, a guy you know, George, getting a second opinion on his elbow. Christian Friedrich in the Rockies bullpen, and Adam was pretty upfront. Said, if as expected, Dr. Andrews says, you need Tommy John surgery. He said, I'm going to get it right then and there.
Why wouldn't you? Get it done by whoever you want to have it done, but why delay it if it's prepared? Get it done and get yourself back.
2-2, and that's a base hit for Charlie. Well, you have two good options. Obviously, Dr. Tom Noonan is an outstanding orthopedic surgeon, the Rockies surgeon. A lot of players go to Dr. Andrews, who's had such a great reputation for many, many years. I know Parker Frazier went to Dr. Andrews.
Well, there's been a lot of guys that have gone to him and haven't had the work done, and has an office now in Pensacola, Florida. He also has the one there in Mobile, Alabama, that he does a lot of work out of. Very interesting guy. Spent a lot of time and effort, along with a lot of major league trainers, on Pitch Smart. Book on a lot of things that have gone on.
Interesting stride by Dickerson. See that, Georgie?
Nah, he was cheating is what he was doing. He was thinking, all right, he's going to throw me inside. He's going away, away, away. I'm going to go ahead and start my stroke out. See, look how he's opening up, thinking that ball's going to be in. Take the ball away. If it's in, somebody better duck. He kind of already guessed of where he was going to commit to a pitch.
2-1, he did it again.
Didn't get to this one. Pacheco is going to have a play over by Tulowitzki, right by the on-deck circle, makes the catch for the out.
That'll bring up Troy. Here's something that is very surprising. Granted, it's May the 6th, but a number of the Rockies' big bats have hit better out on the road so far this year than they have at home. I mean, Nolan's average at home is fine, .313. He's actually hit a little bit better out on the road. That's good news, I guess. Charlie Blackmon has hit better out on the road. Nick Hundley has hit, very well at home. He's hit very well out on the road. LeMahieu, same story there. He's been unconscious both places. Troy's hit better out on the road than he has at home.
But also, and for me, it's a result too. They're 7 and 8 on the road, and you got to remember, okay, 7 and 8, one game under 500. Well, you only won 21 last year on the road, and it's May, and you already got 7, a third of those wins already. But today you're playing at Coors Field, and you trail at 11-2 with the ball club's 4-5 on the year.
Well, the offense collectively has underperformed to this point. That's a line shot, could be 2. Good job by Blackmon to get back.
Man, I don't know if Tulo could have hit it any harder. Holy cow.
2 outs. Morneau homered to center field to snap an 0 for 13 will take his turn. Again, a conventional doubleheader today, about 30 minutes between games, and then the Rockies will play the Diamondbacks with Jordan Lyles going against left-hander Robbie Ray. And the other game that was lost will be made up later on in the year. Nothing definite has been announced.
Well, yeah, because you're not playing an East Coast team or somebody out of the Central that only comes here 3 days. You're talking about a team that's in here a lot. We picked one of those dates to make it all work.
Here's the ball he hit out in the 5th inning.
Dead center, out of the reach of everybody. At that point, it was a 9-0 ball game. Colemanter challenged and he paid on a high breaking ball.
Oh, 2. This is lobbed to shallow center. I don't know if Pollock's going to get there. He won't. He's playing very deep, so it's a bloop single, 1st and 3rd for Arenado.
Yeah, Nolan's last at bat lashed and double down that left field line off the wall. And got a ball inside, cleared his lower half, turned on it. Very good success with it. Nolan's such an astute hitter that you face a guy like Colemanter, you go, all right, what has he done to me today to get me out? Where did he work pitches? He had a soft fly ball to left field and the double. And that's where Jordan Pacheco's out going, all right, what did we do? Where you want to go? And this is where we need to go. You see that highest average with runners in scoring position, Nolan in the top 10.
Inside ball 1 on Arenado. Pop out and that double George described. Blackman at 3rd, Morneau at 1st with 2 outs. And right back to Colemanter will end the inning. So the Rockies get a couple hits. They lead 2 on. We move to the 7th. Arizona leading 11-2 at Coors Field. Just to tell you about for the Rockies, at shortstop now is Rafael Noah. So Tulowitzki's come out, and Christian Friedrich will be the fourth pitcher used today. Tyler Matzik goes 2+, 4 runs, 3 hits, but the big story, he walked 6, 58 pitches, only 20 strikes. Bergman came in, worked 3 innings, gave up 5 runs. 4 of the runs were unearned, a Tulowitzki error, but there were 7 hits against Christian. Roberts came in through 1 inning, gave up a couple runs on 4 hits. He struck out 2, and now Christian Friedrich in the 7th inning. Diamondbacks have been getting good pitching. Their rotation, their last 16 games, is fashioned a .298 ERA. They've allowed only 6 home runs in that time. That includes today's blast by Morneau. It's the 3rd best ERA since April the 15th in Major League Baseball. Ender Enciarte at the plate. He's got 3 hits and 4 at bats. 14 hits for Arizona. Two balls and a strike. It's 3-1. Ground ball to DJ. 1 out. Let's go downstairs, check in again with Mark Stout. Mark.
Hey, Drew, you mentioned it already. Today is the 100th anniversary of Babe Ruth hitting his first home run. That was back on this day in 1915. He was 20 years old. We'll show you some Babe Ruth. That year, he hit 4 home runs. Of course, he was pitching for the Red Sox. In 1918, he led the AL with all of 11. And then, of course, things turned when he started playing the outfield. That home run came against the Yankees at the old Polo Grounds 5 on this day in 1915. And the amazing thing, guys, about that game was he was the losing pitcher for the Red Sox. It was a 4-3 final, and he lost in the 12th inning. He threw 12 and a third and lost 4-3. He hit the home run off Jack Warhop. So pretty cool day in baseball, like you said, 100 years ago for the Babe first homer.
Do you know who he hit his second home run off of?
Jack Warhop.
Jack Warhop.
He hit his first 3 off a Yankees pitcher.
Do you know who he hit his 4th home run against?
Stop.
For the last one that year?
I have no idea. Never mind.
I don't know. It was 100 years ago.
He hit 17 off of Rube Wahlberg, which is the most he hit off of any one guy.
He hit the most off of the Tigers.
Didn't like the Tigers.
Most off of that franchise.
Didn't like Ty Cobb. All right, Mark. We'll check back with you for another history lesson shortly. Paul Goldschmidt's had a rough day amid everybody else's heroics for Arizona. He's 0 for 3 in a walk. He struck out 3 times. Strikes out again, George. I'm sure they'll have to make a move after the game. Send him down to Reno, get him straightened out.
Maybe.
Can only hope. 1-1. He came into the ball game with 15 hits in his last 6 games, which tied a franchise record for most hits in a 6-game period. The most hits in a 7-game period, I don't think he's a candidate for anymore. It's a guy who was briefly a Rocky. Steve Finley had 18 hits in a 7-game period for Arizona. Finley's one of those guys. He played for every team in the NL West.
And played well.
Good center fielder. And Goldschmidt hits it. Terranado. That's a good job by Nolan. See what happened? That hit the seam, and all of a sudden, instead of taking a hop, it
rolled, but Nolan was equal to the task. 1-2-3 inning for Christian Friedrich. 11-2 Arizona. Colorado's #1 volume Lexus dealer Mark Trumbo hit a 2-run home run in the second. It was 3-0 Arizona. Hill has a home run, a 3-run shot that came in the 4th inning. And the only bright spot for the Rockies, basically this home run by Morneau. Rockies did scratch out another run. They trail 11-2. They've been out hit 14-6. Cargo will lead it off in the 7th inning against Josh Comenter. One change to tell you about that affects 2 positions. David Peralta's in the game. Inciarte moves from left to right, and Mark Trumbo comes out. And this 2-0 is pulled off the signage right below the Mountain Ranch Club. Got a baseball group hug. 2 balls and a strike.
I like that. Baseball and a group hug.
Cargo a line single to right in the 5th inning. And this one's going to die in the glove of Inciarte. Another broken bat. That'll bring up Nick Hundley. The day after every Rockies victory, get 50% off your online order at Papa John's. The promo code's ROCKSWIN at papajohns.com. Well, Nick Hundley has a 9-game hitting streak going, which matches the longest of his career. And he thought off the bat that he hit a 3-run home run his last time up. Inciarte went to the top of the wall, leaped, caught the ball, and instead Nick got a sacrifice fly because Arenado was at third and he walked home. Good swing by Hundley there. Here's that catch by Inciarte again.
All about timing, making sure you get there, gathered those feet, and then leaped as high as he could. Nice catch made. And I thought when it left the bat too, we were looking at a 9-4 ball game.
1-1 on Hundley. He's caught 19 of the Rockies' 25 ball games.
His career high in number of games caught, 112 2 years ago for the Padres. Two balls and a strike on Nick. Nick's hitting .350 against righties this year. Down the line, foul. And it rides full, 3-2. He reached back for a little more on that heater, George. Touched 86.
Well, you know what, Drew? And I just sit there thinking in my mind, trying to get back into the uniform and think, you know, it's 11-2. I got a second game to play. You got to grind out these at bats, do what you can. Cole Mentor's basically dominated. 2 runs, 6 hits here, of course. He's thrown 83 pitches, 52 of those strikes. And it just kind of proves a big point to me. That ball's hit well.
This ball's really hit well. Nobody's going to catch this one. Huntley with a home run. And for Nick, his second of the year. He's got a career best 10-game hitting streak.
7 RBIs now for Nick also. Is putting on quite a display. We watched a show last night, Rockies Weekly, with him, and he talked an awful lot about working on some different things. In spring training, some things they noticed in his stance, seeing the ball better, responding better. And boy, it really has here too. A lot of strength involved. Stiff front side that he swung off that and able to drive it into left center field, one of the deepest parts of Coors Field.
I think Nick came here and both he and Blake Doyle felt like there was a lot more offensively. As DJ has yet another hit. Rafael Noah will have his first plate appearance. Came in last half inning defensively for Tulowitzki. Just 85 pitches for Cole Mentor. Here's Noah, 7 for 14 lifetime against Arizona. And Raffy takes a strike. Oh, 2.
Good recovery by Pacheco. That ball squirted away and he hustled over to get a hold of the baseball.
And on the base paths, you're going to stay very conservative down by a bunch of runs.
Yeah, see it from the center field location. Ball bounced well out in front of home plate. Just gave his body up and tried to kill it as much as he could.
Those are the worst for a catcher. The ones that bounce 55, 56 feet in front.
Yeah, particularly on the fastball. Logan up down in the bullpen for the Rockies now. theme of left-handers today. Roberts worked an inning. Friedrich worked an inning. Just 4 slots away from having to pinch hit.
And Rafael went. That's a strikeout. 2 gone. 5 strikeouts for Comender. And Blackman, who has 2 of the Rockies' 8 hits, will come up. Bunt single and a line drive to right. The 2 hits for Blackman. The average up to 327. Started the day at 316. Enrique Burgos is up for the Diamondbacks. This ball's well hit right center field, and it is caught at the wall by Inciarte to end the inning. So a long ride off the bat of Charlie Blackman. The Rockies did get a home run from Nick Hundley to make it 11-3 as we go to the 8th. Work for Christian Friedrich. Time for our CenturyLink link to what's next. Well, usually you have to wait 24 hours when you have a sour taste in your mouth. Not for the Rockies. They'll only have to wait about a half hour at the conclusion of this one. Jordan Lyles will go for Colorado against Robbie Ray. Those numbers for Ray last year when he was with the Tigers. Used to see lefties, it seemed like 3 days a week, George. The Rockies will see a rare lefty in Ray a little bit later on this evening.
Well, and that also plays right into the hands of this heavy hitting right-handed lineup. and the damage they can do with it.
Pollock shoots this down the right field line, and Cargo keeps it out of the corner, but Pollock will have another double. He has 2 of those today.
A good example of Cargo and his attitude towards what started out to be somewhat of a slump this year. Hitting just .205, but making a play like this defensively. That's why he's got a Gold Glove on the mantle. Yeah, great hustle. You got a lot of speed at home plate. And A.J. Pollock, he can fly. He gets jammed on a fastball from Friedrich, shoots it down into that corner, and then Cargo times that slide and puts the glove down perfectly, and the snap throw right back into second.
Continuing to play the game the right way.
Absolutely.
Yasmani Tomas, 3 singles. Each single has driven in a run, 3 for 4. He's got a ribby potentially out there, and this one is a tough hop. Nice job by Morneau to field that difficult hop. Crossing to third is Pollock, and that'll bring up Aaron Hill. Aaron Hill, one of those notorious Rockies killers through the years, 3 for 4 today. The one time the Rockies got him out, it was a screaming liner to center. Single, 3-run home run single for Aaron Hill. This guy's always been able to hit. He's got a couple of, you were talking about awards on mantles. He has 2 silver sluggers at home with 2 different teams. One in the American League with Toronto, and a couple years ago he won a silver slugger in the National League with Arizona.
He can swing the bat, there's no question. Struggled to get started here early, was 2 for 36 early on, but has swung the bat better since then. Average sits at 233 now.
Today's game changer brought to you by T-Mobile. 4th inning, Aaron Hill at the plate, and he took this inside here from Christian Bergman and really hit it onto the concourse in left.
Strong, compact swing. This one's top foul. Hill's going to get a hand up from Nick Hundley. You know Murphy's Law. Chappelle making sure his infielder's okay. You wear that protection on your shin and it'll hit somewhere else.
Star Wars Night, it's back for 2015 on Saturday, August the 22nd, with a pregame parade for fans in costume. Purchase this ticket package to receive the 2015 limited edition Star Wars Night t-shirt.
You know, this game actually is the first time the Rockies have played at home. It would be 3 rainouts in a row, because the final game of that previous homestand against the Giants was rained out. This is in the air to shallow center. I don't know if anybody's going to get there. And that's the 4th hit for Aaron Hill. Charlie couldn't get there. He was toward right center field, and Hill has his 4th RBI. It's 12-3. The 12 runs matches the season high for Arizona, which was set also against the Rockies.
I got enough of it, the strength and everything else that goes along with Aaron Hill. Got enough of that cutter in on the hands to bloop it out into the outfield right in front of Charlie. Gave great effort. Sliding catch. But not enough to be able to make the play on it. Foul back to the screen.
Charlie made a diving catch on Jordan Pacheco in the 6th inning that prevented extra bases. It did work as a sac fly from Pacheco's perspective. Pacheco and Goldschmidt are the only guys in the Arizona lineup without a hit. Though Jordan has that sac fly talked about, he also has been on a walk. Goldschmidt is 0 for 4 and a walk. 16 hits for Arizona. 1 and 2. Aaron Hill with the 4 RBIs. That matches a career best. He's done it 8 times. There's one, and there's a double play. In the inning, the Diamondbacks get another run. Pollock doubles, and Aaron Hill brought him around with a base hit. 12-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Who wants tacos? Fans follow @RootsSports_RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies taco special when the Rockies score 7 or more in a ball game. Corey Dickerson will be first. It's still Josh Comenter out there. Chris Owings is the man that you're seeing jog toward the right side of the diamond. He'll be at second as Aaron Hill has come out. Dickerson 0 for 3. Drew Stubbs has come out on deck to hit in what is now the pitcher spot. It was Tulowitzki's spot. Troy had 3 at bats and then was removed from the game with the score out of hand. And Rafael Noah took over about an inning and a half ago. Going to be back-to-back ball games against the Rockies. The Comenter has worked into the 8th inning. He worked 8 full innings down in Arizona. Two.
I saw an early replays in this game where Comenter elevated up on Corey Dickerson. You can see on the pitch tracks there, the ball up in the zone.
That's a fair ball.
Yeah, Corey came out of the box limping pretty good here.
Now kicks around in that corner, so Dickerson will have a stand-up triple. That's his second triple of the year.
And anytime you get down in the corner, if you don't know anything about playing the corner, it can get dangerous. And base runners, you can take advantage of it. I just tell you that bat speed, strength, shot over the reach of Goldschmidt at first base. Now, when he gets down right about here is when it starts to run. That's exactly what happened to Inciarte. So then that allowed Dickerson to get all the way to third base. And Mike Hertke's out to visit with his starting pitcher. Nobody out and a runner at third here. He's giving you 7 strong. You just don't want it to get too carried away here. There's the visit.
That was Mark Razum.
Yeah, let's watch him come out of the box here. Came up limp right there. Boy, it looked like the foot grabbed him a little bit. Then when he saw the ball get away from him down in the corner, able to stride out and get there. But boy, came into third base. Not feeling too good on that foot. Looked like he's very comfortable right now.
He's going to battle it all year, plantar fascia. So nobody out. He's at third. Drew Stubbs at the plate. I say this every at bat, for Drew lately. It's an opportunity to get something to feel good about, something you can take away from an at bat to build on. The worst slump of his career. Well, that's something to build on. This ball's hit a ton to center field, and that's his second hit, his second home run of the year. A 2-run shot to dead center field.
That'll make you feel good.
Well, on what's been a bad first game for the Rockies, Drew Stubbs looking for something, as you said, George, to feel good about. You got to feel good about that swing. He crushed that.
Yeah, no question about it. Dead center field. He got a pitch. Chip Hale's out of the dugout. That's going to get Colementor out of the ball game. Low fastball. Dropped the hammer on it. Drew just got to watch this thing and jog. And what a good feeling it is when you struggled as much as Drew had of swinging the bat this year. 0.77 average. And then now you do this. Even though it's in a losing cause, it was a great swing and put your club down by 7. I get all that, but yet it was a very good swing off Colementor.
Nobody out in the Rockies half of the 8th inning. Justin Morneau to face Enrique Burgos.
Hard-throwing right-hander. He made his major league debut against the Rockies last week. Lefties 143, righties 143. He struck out 6 in 4 innings.
He had a clean inning against the Rockies in his big league debut, and he throws a cut fastball inside at 95.
One of the better fastballs rated by Baseball America and the Diamondback organization. His career at the minor league level, 56 saves, an earned run average of 4.47 as he's made 8 years through their minor league system.
Justin, a home run and a single. 2 for 3. Rockies with that home run by Stubbs have reached double figures in hits with 10. This is a bouncer into the shift. 1 out.
Well, make sure you're one of the first 10,000 to the gates this Sunday, and you'll receive a Mother's Day Infinity scarf. That's right. Sponsored by University of Colorado Health.
George, what do you have on?
Well, I got my Infinity scarf on, Drew. You had one. You wouldn't put it. You
Well
wouldn't,
done.
you
You have
wouldn't
it
put it
inside
on.
out. I'm trying to fix
No,
it for you.
that's the way it's supposed to be, right there. You double loop and put on. You
Well,
have
you know
boys.
what?
I have a daughter.
I'm going to defer to you.
know,
You are the expert on scarves.
I have a daughter. You have 3 boys, and I don't think any of them wear one of these. But nothing wrong with the scarf. I like the scarf. It looks nice, and if it drops below 30 tonight, I'll be warm, and then I'll show you how to put yours on. You're not wearing one, are you?
Probably not. There's no need. Nice tonight so far. I did not like that our friend Mark Rasm went out to talk to Doug Eddington third, though, a little while ago. Hopefully the weather stays away and the Rockies and Diamondbacks are able to get in game 2. We'll have a normal post-game show, our Toyota post-game show right here on Root Sports, and then game 2 immediately following the post-game show. 2-2 on Arenado. Nolan a double and a run scored in the 5th. Second out.
That pretty nasty heat right there. Put it in a great location, outside corner. All on a Subaru Supermo.
Cargo sharp single in the 5th inning. Pop out and a fly ball to right. Heavy fastball off the plate at 96, 2-0.
This stuff stay in the minor leagues for 8 years.
No, through a wicked slider.
Yeah, 87 mile an hour sliders, doing fastballs at 95, 96.
Cargo held up 3-1.
Got mad through that one at 97. Like big, broad-shouldered guys on pitchers, they're hard throwers. They don't get hurt very often either. Hard to find.
Ball 4. So Cargo draws a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Nick Hundley. Rockies have hit 3 homers in this game. Morneau, Hundley, and Drew Stubbs a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, they got a good one in the 7th inning after just missing earlier in the ball game. He got a ball out over the plate. Cole Mentor, it was an off-speed pitch and able to send it into left center field, 390-foot mark, about 10 rows deep.
Had to reach down and get it, George. You get an idea just how strong Hundley is. Again, he's never hit a ton of home runs, but Hundley's put together. He hit that a long way for having to go down a little bit and get it. So a sac fly for Nick. Couple ribbies today. 2 balls and a strike.
To count 2 outs with the runner at first, and Burgess has shown that 97-mile-an-hour fastball has sown the slider. Pacheco will set up outside.
And Nick went that way.
Good job of fouling that and fighting that thing off. 98 miles an hour.
Waits that one.
Went right at him again. 97 with that heater.
Yeah, 3-2. And this ball's well hit to center field. Long run from Pollock, can't get it. Cargo around third. He'll score on a Hundley double. 12-6. Boy, Nick has really swung the bat today and all year. Robbed of a home run earlier, hit a home run, and then he just unloaded that double.
Picked up his 3rd RBI with that double into left center field. Pollock thought he had an angle on it. This is a fastball at 97. Got after it and just exploded on this thing. And you can see it on the Subaru Super Bowl into left center field. Another good job of hitting by Nick Hundley. And
especially, George, because you're talking about a contrast, a steep contrasted pitchers. Colmenter, a soft tosser with that great changeup. And then this guy Burgos, who's blowing gas.
Yeah, blowing a lot of gas, and they did get after it pretty quick there. And I think that's one of the good things you like to see out of this thing. Mike Kirky went out to pay a visit. He'd like this young right-hander, I'm sure, to clean this game up. Be able to finish off the ball game here in the 8th and then the 9th also, and save the bullpen for the rest of the day. But they've got a left-hander up down in the bullpen. There's appears to be, I thought it was Oliver Perez, but I don't think it is. Dougie's looking. Oliver Perez, the left-hander, out of their bullpen.
DJ takes ball 1. Hundley, a 10-game hitting streak, and he's hit .429 during that streak, including a couple of home runs.
DJ not very happy with this, and he doesn't say anything. Nor should he be.
And you know what's unusual about it? It probably was a little closer. You're looking at that forward strike zone, but the way it was received, a hard two-seamer, Jordan kind of took it out of the strike zone. I'm surprised that Adrian Johnson called that a strike. 1-2. In the inning, the Rockies get 3 runs, 2-run home run by Stubbs, and the RBI double from Nick Hundley. It's 12-6. Now at Southwest.com. By Mike Shaw Subaru, always our lowest price and sales and service guaranteed. And by the University of Colorado Denver, CSCU Denver, learns with purpose at learnwithpurpose.org. Rockies down 12-6 to center field we go. Here's Jenny Catno. Jenny.
Thanks for coming up on the Toyota postgame show. We'll get you inside the clubhouse for a postgame press conference, and we'll set you up for game 2 of this doubleheader Wednesdays. Jordan Lyles will take the mound in that game. For now, we'll get it back to Drew and George.
Jenny, thank you. Here in the 9th inning, it'll be John Axford getting some work.
Yeah, pretty good numbers.
Only 5 games.
Yeah, pretty good numbers, though. Obviously, though, an old record, 3 for 3 in save opportunities, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts. You'll have to deal with the bottom half of their lineup and then flip it over. We'll see how things go here for Axe. Hopefully, gets through this 8th inning in a hurry, get the bats back in the dugout in a 12-6 ball game.
So Stubbs is in left. Dickerson with that foot comes out of the ball game. Nick Ahmed. Outside, ball 1. Danny Dorn, he's on deck, fouled off. Yeah, this is really cool. John's son Jameson, he has 2 boys, his wife. Jameson, who, as I think most of you know, was bit by a rattlesnake during spring training and continues his recovery. He has another skin graft surgery coming up on Monday. He's going to throw out the first pitch on Friday against the Dodgers. That's awesome. And there's a story in the paper that relates to you as well, that John was saying he had to buy him. He's 2.5. He had to buy him 2 gloves because he said sometimes he throws righty, sometimes he throws lefty. He said, so when he gets out there, I don't know which hand he's going to decide to throw with. So we're going to be prepared.
And at this point, throwing either way is just outstanding after what this young man's been through.
Yeah, you bet. John's going to sit down with Jenny on Friday's pregame show to talk about what will be just a marvelous moment for the Axford family. That's a walk to Ahmed, and that'll bring up Dan Dorn. Rockies have Boone Logan up, and the reason is with your closer, and you've said this a million times through the years, George, if for whatever reason, you know, he doesn't have great command, you don't want, you want him in game 2 potentially, so you don't want him going out and throwing 24 pitches or something.
That's exactly right. You got to protect how many he's going to throw, and in a ball game like this, a lot of times it's not a 1 or 2 run ball game. Things can get somewhat ugly, and as it has now, it's a leadoff walk, 1st and 3rd now.
Ender Enciarte will be next. Late foul. And that's hooked foul.
Yeah, pretty good curveball. He just got out in front of it, 76 miles an hour. Give up a run right now to get the double play and shorten the pitch count up a little bit. Oliver Perez has continued to throw down in their bullpen. You're wondering who may be coming in to try to finish up this ball game in the ninth.
Inside. 2-2. And that's going to be a base hit. That'll drive in the 13th run, a season high 13 runs for Arizona. So Big John's giving up a walk and 2 singles.
Now Walt looking back at Steve Foster, wanting to know if Logan's ready to go, or if he's not. Going to let it go past 11 pitches right now. Tough times right now. Obviously, curveball. That's what Walt's going to do. He's going to go very quickly. The Subaru Supermo curveball stayed in the middle of the plate, hit the right field, and an RBI for Enciarte, his 11th on the year.
So Axford walks off. Boone Logan will try to get the next 3. 13-6 Arizona. 18 hits in this affair. Don't forget, coming up next after our postgame show, our Toyota postgame show, we'll have game 2 of this traditional doubleheader between the Rockies and Diamondbacks. Jordan Lyles for the Rockies, left-hander Robbie Ray for the D-backs. So Boone Logan has been called on to get the last 3 outs. David Peralta will have his first at bat. Mark Trumbo went 2 for 4 and a walk, including a 2-run home run and a run-scoring double.
Well, Peralta does have some power. We know about it. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, hitting .245 on the year. He's 2 for 15 though, with runners in scoring position. Slider, strike 1.
22,621 have made their way inside the ballpark this afternoon. Was pleased to see no rain for an extended period. You know what I love? It's actually been nice here, George, the last hour, and the original forecast said 100% precipitation at 3 o'clock. Or the report that Doug gave us. Another erroneous weather report from Marino.
But you have to remember something. He said it would rain at 3 o'clock. He didn't say where.
He didn't say where, did he?
That's right. No, he just said it would rain at 3.
Right.
So
you know what?
Initially has not lied to us.
In Burma right now, it is raining.
Yeah. All the rain that swept through here is running its way through Oklahoma, along with, unfortunately, some tornadoes. So.
Unfortunately, as you well know, being from that part, it is the season right now.
Been there, yeah, it is. Unfortunately, this time of the year, it gets a little rough around there.
1-2, and Boone misses. So it's 2-2 on David Peralta.
Arizona today 9 for 19 with runners in scoring position.
The 9 is a huge number. 19 is ridiculous.
Way too many chances, obviously.
Well, with the free passes, 6 by Matzik, 24 base runners for Arizona. Peralta's got.
Man, they got a right-hander backing it up right behind Boone Logan. Obviously, want to watch his count that he has coming out of the bullpen also. Scott Oberg's warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies.
Paul Goldschmidt has struck out 3 times today. He's 0 for 4 and a walk. Last time he punched out 3 times in a game was June of last year against the Indians.
A good hard sinker. Try to get him a little jumpy at the plate. Maybe he can roll over on it, get you a double play and get out of the inning.
Arizona scored in every inning with the exception of the 1st, the 5th, and the 7th. And the first they had the bases loaded on 3 walks.
Yeah, took something off the slider at 82 to get him out on that front foot for the first strike.
Christian Friedrich had a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th, the only time they've been retired in order today.
Yeah, good job by Boone Logan to get that on top of that slider, have more down break than side.
Padres have extended their lead to 9-1 over the Giants. They'll avoid, it looks like, the sweep by San Francisco. One and two. So far, the story of the day in baseball: the 3 home runs hit by Bryce Harper in a 7-5 Nationals victory over Miami. He can do that.
I'd like to see him stay healthy for a year to see what he can actually do.
I'm with you.
You know, the other side of this is people have to remember, even though he and Bryce could slide, he and Trout were both together at the Arizona Fall League the year they went there together. Trout's still 3 years older than what Harper is. Harper's 21 years old. He'd be a senior in high school, a senior in college right now, or junior in college right now.
And the neat story about all that is Nolan Arenado was the MVP of the Fall League that year. It wasn't Mike Trout. It wasn't Bryce Harper, the 2 biggest names in the AFL that year. A.J. Pollock with 2 outs. 2 doubles, 2 walks. Also reached on an error, hit a smash that Tulowitzki couldn't handle. Just the 4th 4-strikeout game of Goldschmidt's career, by the way. Last came in July of 2013 at Citi Field against the Mets. If Chip Hale elects to give him a rest, I don't think Walt Weiss or anybody on the Rocky side would object.
I don't think he'll get one. Just saying.
George, back in your day, you were more accustomed to playing the conventional doubleheaders. Most of these guys, they don't do it.
I can't remember ever playing a split doubleheader.
So it's probably grab something quick to eat.
They were in the more, a lot of times you made teams up, games up, might be too much down the road. Both teams got an off day. I've had a situation, both fly back and play the game at home and then go back out on the road that night just to get the game in. There's not very many windows to get everybody matched up where you get those games in. It's difficult to do.
1-2, and that is foul. Well, to your point, you play 162 games in 182 days. So it's like, for instance, the weather's supposed to be poor again this weekend with the Dodgers in town.
Right.
The Rockies are off Monday. They're scheduled to travel Sunday right after the game to Anaheim, and they'll play the Angels Tuesday and Wednesday. And they'll say, well, if you get a rain out, you can stick around Monday and play the Dodgers. Well, the Dodgers have a game elsewhere on Monday. So that won't work.
Well, just like these guys had to leave town, they're at home tomorrow.
Yeah, Dodgers
Rockies are off.
Yeah, Dodgers actually go home to play the Marlins, and the Rockies will just drive up to Dodger Stadium later next week to take on LA. They'll play a 4-game set in LA next week after taking on Mike Trout and the Angels for a pair. 2 balls, 2 strikes on A.J. Pollock. Outside.
Yeah, 3-2 count, 2 outs, and Nick Hundley alerting everybody in the infield. Everybody's going to be moving. Got to get rid of the ball, get it in hurry. Tomas had a pretty good day today. Raised his average up 317 from the start of this ball game. He was hitting 298. Excuse me, 270.
Fouled off. With Matzik today, George, mental or mechanical?
Both. For me, it was both. Got a little mechanical, long time in between, even though he's walked some guys. He hadn't walked 6 in 2 innings. I think the long layoff hurt him. I think the more he could knock those strikes, mentally took over. And all of a sudden you tried to do more than what you possibly could. You tried to overthrow the baseball. You tried sliders, tried curveball, tried change, tried everything. Couldn't throw a first strike today. No one feels worse than him right now, I can tell you that.
That'll be ball 4. So now it's 8 walks issued as a club today by the Rockies, and you throw out the 18 hits. 26 guys have reached. That's almost 3 an inning. I need not tell you, you're not going to win many games allowing 3 base runners an inning. And now, you know, Walt put John Axford out there, get a little work, hopefully a quick inning. Then he had Boone Logan behind him. But these are 2 of his mainstays on the plus side late in games. Now he's got to go get Boone Logan and bring in Scott Oberg just to make sure the pitch count doesn't get out of control. Gives you a great indication how this day's gone so far.
Oberg will try to get that last out. He'll face Yasmani Tomas. 3 hitters faced by Axford, walked 2 singles, and then Boone Logan came in. He got 2 strikeouts, then he walked A.J. Pollock. And Walt Weiss wants to make sure both of those guys are available for the nightcap, so he took out Boone, and now Scott Oberg will face Tomas, who's got 3 hits and 5 at bats, 3 RBIs. Bases loaded. Dorn at third, Inciarte at second, and Pollock at first. Up again. It's 2-0.
Yeah, I know it's a game that you look at and you say to yourself, okay, walked a lot of guys, had to go to the bullpen early, but this is the 7th pitcher for the Rockies to get 27 outs.
The only 2 guys they haven't used in their bullpen, Rafael Betancourt and Brooks Brown. And this is slowly hit to short, and Inoa makes a good play to end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rockies trailing 13-6 at Coors Field. And then we'll see. Rockies will have a pinch hitter. Cliff Pennington's in the ball game, and Oliver Perez is now on the hill for Arizona.
Hey, you're going to see a lot of different arm angles. You're going to see him quick pitch. You're going to see him turn around sideways. See him do a lot of different things. But all of them have been pretty good so far. 7 1/3, 9 strikeouts. There's 3 walks on the year, making his 14th appearance.
So here's Inoa, flipped around to the right side. Second AB for Rafael. He struck out his first time. Twitter post-game show will immediately follow with Jenny and the gang, and then about 30 minutes after the final out, we'll have game 2 for you. The Rockies have scored 3 of the last 4 innings. You hope some of those good ABs they can take into the nightcap. they are due, keep saying this, to put up a crooked number.
Sometimes the ball seems awfully hard right out of the hand. That was a quick pitch where he just kind of bounced the hands and set, took off, and it was 94 miles an hour outside corner. Yeah, now you get the hesitation fastball.
It's hard. It's hard to get your time.
Well, it's just fun to watch. I mean, the guy really enjoys the game. Came up with the Padres and was, unfortunately, I think, just a ton of pressure put on him. There's Fernando mania all over again in Southern California for this young man out of Mexico. And then when he did have some troubles, bounced around, went back to the minor leagues, became a reliever. Here's the turnaround. And he kind of gives you a little bit of everything. We've had the quick pitch, the hesitation. Now we've had the Tiante turnaround. We'll see what's coming next.
He was very effective last year out of the bullpen. 3-2 count on Inoue. This is a high pop up to right. And Ciarte makes the catch, 1 out. So Charlie Blackmon coming up. Charlie's continued to swing the bat well. A couple more hits today, 2 for 4. Charlie's in there in that second game against the left-hander Ray. Gives him an opportunity to eyeball somebody from that side here in his final at bat.
Sure it does, even though it's going to be a little bit different because you don't know what he's going to bring you. See, here's the old turnaround. Double flip. It'll be a soft ground ball hit. Quick exchange to be able to get Charlie.
2 outs. And Mike McHenry, who's the last position player on the Rockies bench. Again, the Rockies only have 4 position players. They've been in that mode for about 2 weeks now since having to send out Willeen Rosario and add a pitcher. Mike takes down low. Two 2-0. The Diamondbacks kind of poking fun at the Rockies on their Twitter account sent a picture of Chase Field with the roof closed, saying, so when are you guys going to get one of these? Now we know how beautiful it is here typically, and the Rockies had a touche. They sent back a picture of Coors Field with one of those gorgeous sunsets. Dougie did a little homework. This is great. I mean, Dougie does a lot of homework. This was interesting. I didn't know this. 3-1. Why didn't you show me this earlier, Doug?
Because he didn't want to. He wanted to hold it back as a surprise for you, Drew.
Rainfall by Major League. Hold on, let me get this in before he hits the ball.
That's
in the
why
game's
it was 2
over,
outs
right?
in the ninth.
Well, that's why I stopped talking for a second.
Next game.
Rainfall by Major League cities. Outside ball 4. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA. And this is during baseball months, April through September. Miami gets more than anybody, 43. Is that 43? That can be 43 inches. 43 inches of rain?
It rains every afternoon there,
wow,
Drew.
I know it. Tampa's next, Kansas City, the Mets and the Yankees fourth. The least is Anaheim, then the Padres, Dodgers, West Coast teams, right? All the California teams. Look out. Stubbs gets hit. But the Rockies are 21st on that list. You know what's surprising to me? Seattle is 22nd. In the summer, they don't get as much rain. But anyhow, so if you're paying attention down in Arizona, we're 21st and you guys are 23rd. Two on for Morneau.
Got to back himself into this little mess he's got with 2 outs in the ninth. The walk to McHenry. You hit Stubbs. This is when you give up that run, or sometimes 3 runs on a hanging breaking ball.
And he's going to give up something because that's a base hit left center field. Here comes McHenry. Stubbs, who could fly, get to third, and into second with a double is Justin Morneau. And it's 13-7, and wouldn't you know it, in this game that has been so disappointing from the get-go for the Rockies have scored 7 runs or more for just the 2nd time this year, and the 1st time since opening day in Milwaukee, when they had 10 and won 10-0 over the Brewers. Well, folks, you get tacos. Don't forget to go to your participating Taco Bell location tomorrow between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special. Liv Moss and Taco Bell, and Chip Hale has to go make a pitching change. This has not exactly been a Rembrandt. Today he's had a 3-hit day, single, double, and a home run. And Nolan Arenado will face this guy who's had a great year so far for Arizona. Brad Ziegler's allowed only 4 hits, 10 2/3.
Very good side armor. He also has had a good career with these Diamondbacks. 257 career appearances. That leads everything. Valverde, who just signed with 253. Sung Young Kim, 245. Brandon Lyon, another closer, 234. And Randy Johnson, 233 appearances. Nolan Arenado is 1 for 3 against Ziegler. The one hit, it was a home run.
On the ground, deep in the hole. Long throw.
Wow. Out at first. That's a great play by Nick Ahmed. And that ends the ball game. 13-7 is the final as Arizona wins it. The play is worthy of another look. He took a base hit away from Nolan Arenado. 13-7 is the final. 18 hits for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They